What is going on, fellas? Welcome back to another episode here on my channel. We're doing it again. I have a few clips. We're going to go over the clips. I haven't had my coffee yet. Let's get into it.
I'm not sure how to navigate today's dating life. Like, is it just not a thing for men to ask women out on dates and, get to know them? I don't know, call them? Because, like, I have not had that happen at all. And I got called an old soul for, like, wanting that to happen. For, like, wanting to be taken out on a date and someone to get to know me. Like, I don't get it. I'm on Tinder and most of them just match with me, say, hey, how are you? Like, all that kind of stuff. And then nothing comes of it. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with the generation of today, but bring back old school stuff. I don't get it.
Bring back old school gender roles. Bring back old fashioned people. Old fashioned stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, aren't you that lady that's been, aren't you one of them women that's been begging for feminism? Y'all been begging for equality? Equality? Editor, edit all that out, please. This is just delusional to think that women, they want all the benefits of traditional living, traditional men, traditional lifestyle, traditional gender roles for these men. By the way, these men are still required to provide and help change her tires and compliment her and make her feel good about herself. And yet they do not want to reciprocate those traditional gender roles. Now, did she offer any of these men to come over and make a sandwich? Did she? Did she offer any of these men free foot rubs? These are questions women really need to ask themselves, because if they really want to get men, they need to step up their game. These men that are matching on Tinder have a lot better options than the nose and metal mouth person here. A lot better options. Okay, these piercings are not enticing any man. I hate to tell you, but it's actually kind of a turn off. Okay, a lot of men look at someone like this and are like, no, thank you. I cannot take her on a plane because the metal detector will go off. How are we supposed to fly out together? See, men think about stuff like this. Okay, they're not wanting to bring a woman through baggage check and having her to remove a lot of metal from her face. It just doesn't make sense. Now, you can tell women the steps in order to improve their dating life and stuff, but by this point, and again, I'm not going to assume someone's age, but at this point, who knows how old these women are? Okay, I'm guessing she might, if she's still in her 20s. Oh man, those were some rough 20s. But you see what I'm saying here. Okay, these guys are matching with these women saying, look, you really have nothing to offer me except for this one thing. So either you're going to give me that one thing or I'm just going to ghost you. And these women are like, okay, well, that's not how dating works. And these men are like, that's literally how dating works for men that you're matching on this app. That's how it works. You got to keep swiping to find that special simp. That's the reality. So keep swiping, keep matching, keep swiping. You might find him one day. I mean, I'm not saying he's not out there. It's just you gotta really lower your standards. You're swiping right on these tens, and you really need to start swiping right on the fives and the fours and the threes as well.
Apps so quickly. Why do men want to get off dating apps so quickly that they'll send me one message and then ask me for my Instagram or ask me for my phone number? You're a stranger. I've been asked if I have Snapchat, which I have not had since I was probably 19. I'm genuinely curious and trying to understand. If you're on a dating app to meet people and talk to people, why not meet them and talk to them on the dating app? Like, I don't want you in my normal day-to-day inbox. I don't know you. And maybe I'm weird for thinking that. Maybe other girlies want to get right off the apps. I don't know.
So I think we all know where this is going. Okay, a lot of women will say, oh, well, men want to get off the dating apps because they want to get in your inbox so you can't report them, or so they can unmatch you and you can't, report them for whatever. And okay, I can see it from that. Then I see that it's only women that look like this that make these types of videos. Now I'm not making any assumptions here. I'm just saying that maybe if you look like this, maybe there's these selection of pictures you want these men to see. You really don't want them to see you in any tag pictures on your Instagram or on your Facebook. You kind of want to keep them secluded into this orb, into this protected area where you've cultivated this person that really isn't you. I mean, you've lied. You could have said you didn't have kids. You could have said that you were, 5'1" when you're really 5'6". Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And he doesn't know, and he won't know. He won't know as long as he's still on the app. He won't know as long as he doesn't add you on Instagram and starts going through your photos. He won't know unless he has you on his list and is seeing your stories. He's seeing your updates. He's looking at what you're looking at. He's reading your comments, which these men usually do is they go through and they read what these women have commented on. Women don't want men to see this. They want them to stay in their little curated bubble that they've made on Tinder. That they want them to keep them there so they can look back at just those pictures and not have any of the other pictures that are floating around on the internet. They don't want those men exposed to these bad angles, to these bad images that show, maybe below the neck or stuff like that. I mean, who knows? Who knows why these women do the things they do? Obviously, I'm making assumptions. These are all alleged that I'm saying here. I'm not saying this is what these women do. I'm just saying that sometimes women think like this, and it's not uncommon for a woman to hide who she truly is from a man that she might be interested in or a man that she might want to take advantage of monetarily. Just things to look out for. And also, don't match with women like this. Come on. What are we doing here? Are we still matching with women like this? No, I don't online date, but can we do better, please? She's swiping on all these like buff gym dudes. Every single picture, their shirts off and they're like flexing and stuff. That's the men she's swiping on. And in her bio, she puts that she goes to the gym every day. Really? Are we really doing this right now? Come on, please. Also, I'm sorry for the jump scare, you guys.
I think I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings with this one, but I don't care. Say you're a relationship person. Like, I'm a relationship person, right? And then you meet somebody and you're doing like relationship things, you have that talk, and then they're like, sorry, I'm not looking to be in a relationship right now. It is on you whether you stay in whatever that is, a situationship, or if you want to leave. Like, they told you that I'm not ready for commitment, but you know that you are. You're not going to change their mind.
But see, that's not the reality. The reality of this situation is these women constantly try to change these men. They try to change their mind. They try to change how they think. They try to change who they are. They constantly try to do this, and they try to do this by way of nighttime visits, by way of bedtime things that they do for them. And it is disgusting because, one thing, it never works. These men do not care what you do for them in the bedroom. Once they get that PNC, that clarity, they're going to think about better things and probably, send you on your way. That's why usually all that stuff is saved until after marriage. Women are doing this all wrong. You don't give all that stuff up to try to persuade these men that you're hooking up with, 6, 7, 10 different men a week on these dating apps. It never works. It never works for these women, but they keep doing it. I do not understand why they try to change these men with the nighttime visits. It's never going to work. It does not work.
Because if they're not ready for commitment, you've heard this so many times, they're just not wanting a commitment with you. So it is up to you if you want to stay with them or not. I'm just tired of seeing this mentality. Like, I got led on. Like, you did not get led on. They told you right in front of your face. But they kissed me in the forehead and they do relationship things with me and I met their family. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They had not committed to you. They do not see you as a girlfriend or boyfriend or partner, whatever. At that point, you're asking to get your feelings hurt. You know what you're doing. Like, stand up.
These guys that are matching with these women on dating apps, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, these women could even get married to these types of men. Okay. And these men will still entertain other women and spend time with other women. And that's just the way these men are. You cannot change these men. Okay. The types of men I'm talking about. These are the men that the women gravitate towards because they make the money. They're tall. They're in shape. So women, obviously, they are more attracted to these men than average normal men. Actually, a lot of times these women ignore average normal men. They do. They completely ignore them. And then they get, you could say they get swindled. You could say that they get manipulated. You can put it any way you want, but they've been told that these men aren't going to be in relationships, and yet they still stick around. Now, who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the men. They always blame the men because a woman taking accountability, that doesn't happen. Okay. It's always the man's fault. The man lied. Of course the man lied. Of course the man lied. He's hooking up with you and 3 other different women. He has to lie. He can't be honest, because then you wouldn't spend the night with him anymore. Crazy. This is the reality of online dating. This is the reality of meeting random men on Tinder. This all comes with it. Okay. This all comes with it. If you're an average guy, if you're just an average guy, okay, let's say you're 5'11", and maybe you go to the gym, maybe you're fit, who knows? And you're matching with women, the odds of you actually meeting these women and getting enough dates or being with them enough that you can have a nighttime with them is like less than 1% for average men. Less than 1%. Now, the percentage drastically increases once those attributes get raised. Drastically increases. The probability of these men going home with random women every night, which happens, they just meet a woman online and they meet that night and then they go home with them. It happens every night. For these types of men, the odds are, it's going to happen. 100% is going to happen for these men. And it's been happening. Now, are these men going to be in a relationship with you? No. Will these men tell you all the things that you want to hear to kind of keep you strung along and you won't get suspicious? Yes, they will say whatever they need to say. That's always been the case. Now, why do these women do this? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. The mystery. Then they put themselves through it. And this is all part of the trauma. This is why they say all men are assholes, all men suck, you can't trust men, all they do is lie, because the men they interact with, all they do is lie. These aren't good men. These women are choosing probably some of the worst types of men out there and make excuses for their behavior. Hey, why does your boyfriend keep leaving every night at 11 p.m. and he doesn't come back home till 7 a.m.? Oh, well, he has to go help so-and-so. He has 3 jobs. He works nights too. And then they don't understand. They do not put it together. Okay. These men are living 3 or 4 different lives. They're always on the dating apps. And, oh, why do you still have Tinder downloaded on your phone? Oh, I met some business associates through Tinder, and that's how we keep in contact. It's purely for business. These women will justify and believe any lie these men tell them. And I've seen it happen in real time. I've seen it happen. I've seen some of these men, some of the stories I've seen, they will ghost these women for months, ghost them, no contact, not reply, and then just hit them up randomly. And these women kind of like, oh yeah, sure, come over. That is insane. Never in history can a guy do that unless that woman is completely attracted to that guy. And these guys will always just kind of slip into that woman's life at any point. Even if these women are married, even if these women are in relationships, those dudes will always be able to slip in, because these women they can't control themselves. Cheating and manipulating their spouse or their husband, their boyfriend, whatever, that's all part of their fantasy. If you read these romance novels, that's all part of it. The cheating, the lying, the doing things behind their significant others' backs. Every single Christmas movie that involves like finding true love, it's always the boyfriend is out of town on work and she goes to her hometown and she reignites a flame of a guy that she met when they were in grade school, and then he moved back and he's taking care of his grandma. It's all the same storyline, and it all just involves women cheating. That's all it is, cheating. It's a coffee date, then it's they go watch the parade, and then their hands, their hands brush, and they're like, oh, that's kind of wrong, but it feels so right. And then it goes to her having a sort of a mental thing where she's like, should I do this? Should I do that? And it's cheating. It's just women putting themselves in positions to cheat. They will always do this because, well, honestly, they're conditioned to do this. They're conditioned to think that is what love is just cheating until you find the perfect guy. That's why a lot of men are just saying no. A lot of men are walking away, and it's really easy for average men to walk away because they're not getting dates anyways. But let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit me a subscription, and also hit the like button on the video. I'll catch you guys later. I need some coffee.